Hello everybody and welcome back to the SBGamefun channel and to another episode of Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. We're playing games here, folks, and having fun. I'm having fun, so a little awkward. It's a little slower gameplay, but easy on my brain. Anyhow, we left off on the last episode with Patrick Cairns. I think I inadvertently said Peter Carey, but Patrick Cairns I said Peter Cairns. I didn't correct that, but it is. We just finished our investigation with Patrick Cairns, and I hopped back to Baker Street. And let's take a look at our inventory here. So there's a piece of a stock exchange that still find a use. Where would we find the use for this? Do I still need to interview? John Nelligan seems not to be a usual thief. What is his role in all that? Do I need to talk to Nelligan again? Okay. Or do I need
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Okay, so
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
okay.
You met Patrick Cairns, the harpooner. Do you believe he's the murderer?
You asked a question, man, and you didn't answer, Sherlock. What's up with that? Okay, so why don't we go back and talk to young Nelligan? Yes, we got additional information, didn't we? Possibly that his dad may have been the one that Black Peter drowned in that boat. I mean, all the clues point that way.
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes? All right.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong. I'm not saying another word.
Another word. Okay. So none of these guys have dialogue. Strayed, do you have dialogue for me?
How is the investigation going, Mr. Holmes? Do you have any idea who the murderer is yet?
Mr. Holmes. Mr. Holmes?
These are the suspect's belongings. I wonder if these are connected. Now we have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. It seems that they have vanished, however.
Okay. I had to visit there one more time. I wasn't sure what to do next, but apparently that was the correct path right there. So let's we have this thing here, so the Patrick Cairns' pouch. Pouch proves guilt. Cairns has confirmed that the pouch belongs to him. This means that he was at the scene of the murder and thus proves his guilt. That's a little far-fetched. I mean, that's the only thing. Right? Pouch proves visit. Cairns has confirmed that the pouch belongs to him. Both statements are true in both scenarios. This means that he was at the scene of the murder, but does not necessarily prove that he is the murderer. At this point in time, I'm going to go with this. He is the most likely suspect that I'm going to pick because he knew of Black Peter's treachery as a captain. He knew that he killed that other guy. He's also a harpooner who has, I would say, sufficient skills to chuck a harpoon and potentially skewer a man against the wall. So I think he's the more likely suspect than William Utley or John Nelligan, the son. But I don't have enough proof, I don't think. Okay, actually, what does it do if I do this? No, there are no scenarios. So let's go back to the clues. Missing tin box contained the missing papers. Stolen valuable papers. Valuable bond certificates were kept inside the stolen tin box. Yes, which Peter Carey took possession of from John Nelligan Sr. when he tossed him overboard, which gave Peter Carey the money he needed to purchase the retirement home. So I don't even know if he still has all the money, if he used that money to all the stocks and stuff like that to trade to get the house he has now. Whoa! Retrieving the notebook gave us John Nelligan could have been caught stealing the bond certificates. This might have been a motive for him to murder Peter Carey. Might. Red color highlights logical conflicts. Oh, I didn't. John Nelligan could have caught stealing the bond certificates. This might have been... No, I don't think so. There's a conflict here. Break-in attempts. Okay, something changed there. Cairns. Okay, what is this one here? Retrieving the notebook. The break-in attempts were made in order to recover the notebook that has been lying in the pool of the victim's blood. This proves the guilt of the person who made these attempts. No. Looking for papers. Nelligan was looking for his father's papers inside Black Peter's cabin. It explains his presence at the scene of the murder. Yes. That I agree with. Okay, there's an option here. John Nelligan could have been caught stealing the bond certificates. No. John Nelligan is a victim of circumstance. He does not fit the portrait of the murderer, either by physical or psychological description. I think this is more likely. So that leaves us with one option. Peter Cairns. Peter Cairns was murdered by Peter Carey was murdered by Patrick Cairns. Cairns is a professional harpooner. His tobacco pouch was found inside Carey's cabin. Peter Cairns is a cold-blooded murderer. He has been found guilty of the murder of Peter Carey and must be punished. Or absolve him. Peter Cairns killed Peter Carey. Patrick Cairns. God, I keep getting those two names mixed up. Patrick Cairns killed Peter Carey, but the murder was not premeditated. It was in self-defense against an armed and irrational drunken sailor. Was it? I mean, how did Patrick Cairns go to Peter Carey to attempt to blackmail him because of he knew about how Peter had killed John Nelligan's father, John Nelligan Jr.'s father? And in a drunken rage, Peter Carey pulled out his little knife and attempted to defend or fight off or kill Patrick Cairns. And Patrick, in self-defense, took a giant harpoon off the wall and threw it, or lunged it at Peter Carey and speared him to the wall. I don't know. I mean, Peter Carey is a big guy. He's a strong guy. He's a sea captain. It takes quite a bit, I think, to be a sea captain. You've got to be, in these days, in the 1800s, you got to be the real sailor type. Life was not easy out in the oceans. But he was also an irrational, drunken sailor who beat his wife. I don't know. I think Cairns suspected something. Although I don't know. How would he know? How would he know about the stocks, all the stocks and bonds? Because only young Nelligan knows about that, and he didn't want to divulge that information, because he even told Sherlock he doesn't want to get into those details, maybe because it might implicate someone. I don't know. I don't think he's involved. I don't think Nelligan's involved. Nelligan Jr. I think this guy's the more likely candidate. But there's not enough here. I mean, he's just a harpooner whose pouch was found at the scene of the crime. Right? The most likely suspect of the two. Okay. Like I think Sherlock Holmes says, when you have ruled out all the possibilities, what remains, however improbable, is probably what it is. So I think this will have to be it. Confirm your moral choice, yes.
If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Holmes, could you explain it to me?
As I informed you on our way here, Patrick Cairns is the murderer of Black Peter.
Why bring me here? Wouldn't it be better if we were out looking for him?
That would be futile, as he will be with us in approximately 12 seconds.
Oh.
Oh, well, if this is your idea of humour...
No, I just heard the front door. Prepare yourself.
Good day, gentlemen. A young lad gave me a note from Captain Ahab. Am I at the right address? Is he here?
Indeed, it is the correct address. But in place of your captain, May I present to you Inspector Lestrade of Scotland Yard?
That means...
It means, my friend, that you are arrested for the murder of Black Peter.
What? What? A trap? You think you can take me?
Here now. We'll have none of that.
And I say that we will.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, he just took out Lestrade. Oh. Oh my goodness, I didn't do it fast enough. Couple times here, couple times here. One more time, one more time. W, W. Oh my goodness. Sherlock with his special moves. And we got a achievement.
Are you all right?
Bruiser.
Are you able to stand?
Oh, my jaw. Gore. He took me by surprise, Mr. Holmes. Otherwise, he would have seen what I'm capable of. Oh.
Yes, he was lucky.
But you got him.
It was remarkably easy. He lost his balance after he struck you.
And you practice boxing, I know. You must have hit him hard. Our fellow is knocked out.
We should call for a police cab and then take you to the hospital.
Yes, well, no need for a hospital. I would prefer to keep this between us. You know.
Of course, Inspector.
Of course.
The case is closed.
Okay, so the fate of Black Peter. Peter Carey was murdered by Patrick Cairns, a professional harpooner, the only one capable of executing such an accurate throw. His tobacco pouch was found inside Carey's cabin. He is a cold-blooded murderer. You have decided to bring him to justice. Clues found. We found 16. The conclusion? Cairns is guilty. Moral choice? Condemn Cairns. Hold space to check your conclusions may spoil some experience. Well, of course I want to check my experience. Yes. So we are correct. Patrick Cairns is guilty, and we got all 16 clues. Alright, so let's accept the decision. Warning, you are about to finish the case. The save files for this case will be removed. Press no if you would like to select another moral choice. Press yes if you agree. I think I agree. I don't want to condemn any man, but if he's willful murder. Alright, we got a ranking. Your ranking is personality ranking, justice seeker. People solved the case the same way. 82% of the people solved it this way. People made the same moral choice. Only 41% condemned him. You see, this is a sign of a lot of young people playing the game. I say that not to be in moral judgment of any young folks, but I've noticed, because this was me too when I was young, I had the I would call it leaning towards the non-capital punishment. But when I grew up, had kids of my own, those kind of things started to change. I wanted more protection for myself and my family. More law, more justice, more law and order. And in terms of crime and punishment, there has to be exactly what that title says. There's a crime and there's a punishment, consequences. Stuff I teach my kids. You know, you do something wrong, there are consequences. So this is an interesting percentage that most people, even though they solved it, they found him to be guilty, but only literally 40%, half of the 82% chose to chose for the route of capital punishment, condemn him to the gallows. Very interesting. That's just my opinion. I was raised a certain way. I have a certain, I guess you can call it my moral compass that I've developed over 50 years of life. So, hey, there it is. Let's continue. Riddle on the trails. On the rails. Oh my gosh, am I blind? Riddle on the rails. So I guess this is our next case.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes.
Hmm.
As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is. The one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Uh-oh.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We're about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need? Help? Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Condescending.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That is the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Yeah, if I remember right, his brother, he has some distance with his brother because his brother serves the crown. He's actually quite high up in the government. And Sherlock doesn't necessarily approve of all that he does. And his brother, as you can see in that little dialogue interaction, is asking for his assistance about the Merry Men, a terrorist group. So I guess that is something we're going to have to be dealing with, maybe dealing with in the future, or is that just a scripted stuff? Anyhow, all right. So we're heading to Staffordshire. So So let's talk to Watson.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We should be late for the train.
I know. You know what? I remember Sherlock Holmes. See, there's his violin. Sherlock Holmes has a violin. And he also has a drug problem. If we look carefully, we might find his cocaine or opium pipe or something, paraphernalia around here. But I don't see it. So I guess they chose not to at least leave it in the open. So I'm traveling. He's got the deer hunter hat on. That's the character. Is that locked to me? No. Oh, that's locked to me. Yep. Alright, so we are done here, and I think we need to go catch a cab. It's waiting for us downstairs.
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
Oh, so he did get his vacation. So he spends a week in Staffordshire.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
And is now returning
Since the
home.
station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
The next morning, very early.
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
Alright, so let's take a look at our... Solve the mystery of the vanished train. Inspect the rails where the train vanished. Okay, is this all a part of the train? Oh, what just happened? Oh, they don't want us to go that way. It just kind of, is that right? Did they not want, yeah. They don't want us to go that way. They want us to stay in this area. So I can go up, I guess, and into the building. We new direct route Midland New Line and Thornhill, London Street, Pancras. What is that sign? The Railway Magazine. Long Island Railroad Lines. Can I loot? No, there's no loot here.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Well, let's take a look around here. Is this door accessible to us? Yes. Oh, so here's the rail line we were standing on. And I assume down there is the missing train. So let's do a quick look around here. See if there's anything we can we access the train service?
First of all, let us examine the area where the train disappeared.
Oh, Sherlock. Look at that wooden motorcycle. Alright. So let's walk over here. Can we access this? What is this? It's like a repair yard. Okay, there's a rail here. But it obviously could not have been connected to here, because that's no train can make a 90-degree turn like that. Okay, let's take a walk further down here. Maybe the train comes through the back way. It must access somehow back here, from back here. Remains of the building.
There was a building here not so long ago.
But I don't understand, Holmes. Why would anyone destroy the shed in such a manner?
It was disassembled in great haste. It is most odd.
Okay. I didn't think it was relevant, and it became relevant just now. Or at least they think it's relevant. Oh, TTT. Is there anything? Oh, what's this? Wheel traces.
Traces. Let's take a closer look. The distance between the tracks is about 6 feet 7 inches. The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials.
Okay, what does that mean? There is a disassembled warehouse near Evesham. The deep traces left by a large truck with a base of around 6 feet 7 inches that was most likely transporting materials. Okay. Okay, so how is that relevant? The train... I haven't even gotten to the train yet, and I got some...
This road should lead to the town of Evesham.
Okay. Alright, so let's,
But I don't understand, Holmes. Why would anyone destroy the shed in such a manner?
yeah, it's a good question. John? Well, he never calls him John, he calls him Watson. It's very rare. Okay, let's go up here. Can we... Before we head down there, can we...
First of all, let us examine the area where the train disappeared.
This is the Evesham train station. Okay, let's go down here. Okay, this is the water for the, I guess, a steam engine. Is that water? It has to be, unless it's coal. But I think it's water. Okay, let's keep going further down. Oh, what is this?
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train.
Okay.
Railway sleepers, nothing unusual. There are no tracks or footprints on the ground. The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here. There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues, and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
Okay, so he found no clues of derailment. So there's no train came by here, no derailment. So therefore, a train could not have derailed. But a train couldn't have just disappeared. So we got to figure that out. Can he go across here? Oh, this is blocked. I could have gone over to the hills and the byways and... Alright, let's go find the station master. Are you the station master? Evesham Station Master.
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
That's a good question. The people disappeared. Did they... Okay, I don't even know what to think about that. So let's examine the station master Everett. Okay, he looks like a normal guy. Okay, there's something about his hat. Full gray hair. So he's stressed out old man. Really? Okay, that's an observation. Yeah, he's old. He's an old guy. Or elderly employee of the train. Oh, look at that. Honorable. What does that say? Maybe he got it as his from the train folks. Honorable badge. Honorary badge. Not honorable. So they recognized him for his work. Like retirement or something. Now, clearly he's dirty. Oh, look at that. Spots of earth. So he tends his garden, maybe? I think that might be it. Look, he's married. Information about the train. Okay, let's ask him about the map because we know we need that.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please. Take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
Okay, so the waiting hall contains a map for us. Let's keep talking.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
Okay, so the train composition report is inside his office. The waiting room contains the map. Okay. Disassembled warehouse.
It appears that there was a small warehouse near your station, and that it was disassembled. Why is that?
It was burgled overnight about 2 weeks ago. The police have already started their investigation, but I doubt that they'll find anything.
What was inside the warehouse?
Nothing of value. A few 100 feet of standby rails and some spare railway parts. But it wouldn't be easy to steal all of that. Why would anyone want to?
See you later, my good man.
My good man. Okay, that's a good question. Why would anyone want to steal old rails and railway parts? Good question. So we have a mystery. But before we do anything, let's Evesham train station there. Okay, let's go inside the service room, right? There is something in here for us. The junk. Oh, it's a junk pile. Locomotive bell.
An old locomotive bell. This part is probably from a locomotive. This place serves as a storage area for the station.
So this is a storage of junk, spare parts, looks like, yeah?
This part is probably from a locomotive.
Okay, so that thing right there I just noticed, that's not light, that's heavy. Probably need a bunch of guys to wheel it through that door. Okay, so this is the wrong spot. So this is the train service. This is not the waiting area, and not the station master's office. So let's go into here. I assume this is the waiting hall. So there's a map in here. Watson, don't push me. Is there a map here? Railway magazines. Look at all these old ads. I love old ads. Wish they were just a tad sharper so I can read them. Okay, oh there's the map right there. Oh yeah. Alright, that was a right in the middle of recording. I'll edit. I've edited it out, but I just got interrupted by a solar salesperson. I love it when they come over in the middle of constantly. I mean, I get a solar person once a week almost. All right, here's the. Okay, I was going to actually do this one. Okay, no, that's the actual British Isles, so it's not the railway map. So we can. Oh, this is Nottingham. I assume someplace along here is us, or is that us right there? Oh no, that's us. We're adjacent to what appears to be a large lake and a quarry. Very interesting. Let's take it.
This map will be useful.
All right, so we got a map. Okay. Wow, look, we got a whole bunch of stuff here. All right, let's take a look at the station master of Evesham. This man is in his 60s, and he has been married for a long time. The fresh spot of earth upon his sleeves reveal a passion for gardening. His badge of honorable station master reveals that he is a long-standing employee. All of this demonstrates his desire to live a quiet and stable life. That's me. Okay, what is this? Harpoon that was used to kill Black Peter. So we kept a souvenir. Wow, that's kind of macabre. Sherlock. Oh, they actually even give us the The Fate of Black Peter, our case file. Alright, so a common map of this railway district that was found at Evesham Station. Okay. So now that we've got the map, let's head over to... Oh, it's a lot of dirt and debris here. To the next place. Maybe we'll find the station master's office here. Is this it? The station master's office? Postal bag?
Railway post bags.
Oh, there's nothing in here, right? Nothing in here we should be aware of? Nope. Okay. Watson, what are you doing out there? Okay, where's the station master's office? Here we go. Platform tickets, London and South Western Railway. To be given up on leaving the platform. Oh, there's another... Is there a ticket line? Okay, let's just go into the office here. I'm trying too hard. Oh, look at that. Quaint little fireplace. With its charcoal. It needs a charcoal bin. He's got a little tea set up for his afternoon teas. A telegraph. He's got a telegraph in here that I can interact with.
A telegraph.
Okay, it's just a telegraph. Okay, let's take a look at the office table. Message to all station. Mr. Robinson is located at Bridlington Station.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
Mr. Robinson is located at Bridlington Station, so we need to speak with Mr. Robinson. Nottingham, the line Nottingham, London. The type, train liner number 324. Composition, locomotive, coal car, first class car, postal wagon, special wagon ordered by Mr. Robinson, second class car. So there's a special wagon attached to this particular train.
Here is the train set.
The composition. So, these are factual documents. The vanished train was of the following composition: a locomotive, a coal car. So you have the locomotive, the coal car, first class, postal wagon, and a special wagon. So I assume that's a special wagon. Ordered by Mr. Robinson. Okay. Map of the area. So solve the mystery. Okay, so let's take a look at what we need to do next. Solve the... Oh, thank you. Solve the mystery. Okay. Something popped up over my head.
Holmes, how is it even possible for a train to disappear?
That's a good question. Watson, why do you keep repeating yourself? Okay, let's talk to the station master again. A special wagon.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
Passengers of the train.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. What kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting.
Bridlington. It's not Bridlington. It's Bridlington Station.
You mentioned a problem at Bridlington Station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
Yes,
See
I
you
would like
later,
to.
my good man.
See you later, my good man. My good man. Alright, so. Oh, so it's all the way up at the top here. Bridlington. The Evesham station master received a message informing the train's delay due to some issues with a passenger at Bridlington station. So we need to head to Bridlington to continue with our investigation. Retrieve information about the passengers that were present at the night train. And then find out the special wagon was carrying. Find out what it was carrying. Alright, so. Do we need to talk to the cab guy or can we just head over there? Yes. That's interesting. Sherlock's reading his casebook. It looks like he's actually reading his casebook. Okay, so here's the cab, and we are outside in front of the Bridlington station.
Holmes, how is it even possible for a train to disappear?
Do you not have anything else to say, Watson? Anything? Okay, so that's the station master's room. This looks like the waiting room. And let's take a look at what's over here. This is the luggage room. And this is probably the supply shack. Okay, what's down here? So this looks like a stop. Or one of those refuel areas. Can we go in here? Oh. Nope, I can't get to that, so I guess I'm not allowed to come out here. This is the warehouse. Oh, it's probably going to tell me I can't do that until you do the other stuff. Oh, look, it does. Is there anything in here I need to be aware of? But what is here? Like the other station, it's just equipment and supplies and a nice hearty wood stove. Oh, that's nice and warm standing right next to it. Ah, yes, thank you. Alright, so I've seen enough of the warehouse. Watson, why are you walking backwards? Okay, so should we go into the luggage area? There's somebody in there. Okay, so postage.
Railway post bags.
More railway post bags. So, is there anything here? Nope, there's nothing here. Another room that does not tick. Okay, so let's go ahead and find this Mr. Robinson. Are you? I don't think you are Mr. Robinson. Angry passenger.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Let's observe This individual looks sort of clean cut. Looks like your average middle class working dude. Work clothes, yep. What is this? Cheap ticket. What does that mean? Cheap ticket. So he just rides the not the first class trailer, or he too is married. Okay, what is this? On his hands. Rough skin. Rough skin? What does that mean? What happened?
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my collie, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Passengers of the vanished train?
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared. But I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
The portrait of the rich.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Spanish-looking toff with snake eyes. Snake eyes. Okay, what does that mean, man? They got slit irises? So a bunch of average railway passengers were pushed off at this station, and the rich folks, the rich passengers, Spanish-looking folks, were left on the train, which disappeared. Alright, let's talk to this gentleman here, Mr. Robinson.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
Wow, Mr. They call them Flume. Shamrock Flume. Okay, let's take a look at this Australian. I can tell that accent. Bloodshot. Is it Australian? Oh, that's the hat. It's not his eyes. It's the hat. So it's an Australian hat. Oi, blokes. He's apparently wealthy and well off, looks like. Expensive clothes. For a well off Australian man. Oh, look at that. Gator shoes. Or snakeskin shoes. Fancy shoes. Crocodile skins. Crocodile skins. Okay. And he's rich. He's got fancy jewelry. Heavy gold ring. Mr. Robinson.
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes.
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
The special wagon. I think you ordered it.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention, but I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
Were you on the train? Then you were on the train.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you traveling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
Oh, the mean guy. Pompous looking rich guy. Okay, the prototype. What is the value of this thing this electric generating thing you have?
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir. It is priceless. It could change the world we live in. And yet, I was selling it for almost nothing.
Oh.
I am a humanitarian, you see.
A humanitarian.
I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damn train.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazas Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazas Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazas Chilean Company.
So that they forced everybody out except for the board who remained on the train. Maybe we should... Okay, hold on. Let's take a look at... Find out what the special wagon was carrying. Okay, we know that what it was carrying. Okay.
I will not move from here until I receive my refund.
Okay, calm down. You pompous. Let's take a look at the station master. Bridlington Station Master.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions.
Problems with the passenger. Let's do a quick observation of Mr. Station Master Bertram. Okay. Okay, these are his eyes or his eyebrows and not his hat. His young age. So yes, he's a young station master. How did he get the job? That's a good question. Go forward. Oh, look at that. He's got a tie. Clean clothes. So therefore, he's pays attention to his appearance, neatness. So he's a regulations kind of guy. Instructions to station master. Instructions. So is it like he's okay? I guess being young, he's still learning how to run the ship. Got dirty fingers. Ink smudges. Did you have any problems with the passengers?
Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with 2 furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
Anything unusual happened yesterday?
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did. And I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Train was delayed. Rookie station master. Do you want to be mean to him? I guess, right? Or at least not knock him down a notch?
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... Well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
What was that message? Peculiar message.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
All right, so there is the Chesterfield Railway. What? Now I'm looking at Chesterfield Railway, which is railway station. Train line liner number 324. Reveg A 0030 departed at 5 minutes later. So yeah, something is going on here. Okay, I will go over the rest of this on the next episode. We'll go also dive into the Mind Palace and stuff like that, because we are at this time out of time. I appreciate everyone clicking on that video, wanting to watch Sherlock Holmes or watch me bumble through trying to solve the case. But we have now a new case to solve, and that is the disappearing... What is it called? The disappearing train? Riddle on the rails. So we have a missing train that we have to find. And we will go through all the evidence we've collected on the next episode. Again, I appreciate everyone clicking on the video and watching. If you like my kind of goofy content, make sure you click on subscribe and click on that bell to get notified when I upload new content. And I hope to see you folks back here on the next episode. Until then, have a good one.